works. So, things you should know about software engineering and things you might want to know when you start in the software engineering and development. Of course, not limited to this list, but this is something what comes into my mind is first, it's a constantly changing environment, like software engineering, development. Every year, every new year, gonna appear new technologies, new solutions, frameworks, and you always need to follow it. You need to learn like new technologies, and very important to keep curious and keep your mind open for the solutions. Unfortunately, not all the changes are going for the best, and a bunch of them you might not like, but at some point you will need to find out a way how to deal with it. And of course, as I mentioned, like a lot of things are appearing, and there a lot of buzzwords would happen, a lot of things where you need to filter out and find out what is important right now to learn and what is like makes no sense to focus on. Because again, every year we'll release a lot of new solutions, and some of them will just disappear next year. If you try to learn everything like out of it, then you disperse your attention way too much, and of course it means that you will not be able to actually go deeper into like particular field. So you will know less and less, or like you will know everything about nothing or nothing about everything. Yeah. Then second thing is you're gonna sit in front of the laptop like all day long. Our body is designed in a way that we need to move, and like sitting near the laptop sometimes it's pretty much hard, and you even can't notice how it goes. And then after some time you realize that like less you move, less you want to move, and then you need to force yourself somehow to start like going to the activities. And like you're lucky if you have like, I don't know, like wife, friends or whatever, anyone who is just take you and then like grab you for, I don't know, like going somewhere outside. Otherwise you really risk to stay for ages near that laptop, and I mean it doesn't go very well for your health and for like in general for the future. Moreover, like if you, let's say, force yourself to go for exercises, to go outside for bicycle, for jogging, or I don't know, walk in the forest, doesn't matter. It will help you to reset your mind, maybe stop thinking about work, and actually to kind of, let's say, maybe even get inspiration and new ideas. So that's a good thing, and sometimes you need actually to force yourself to go outside and leave the laptop space and surroundings. Of course, you like right now new technologies can help a little bit more. So like Bluetooth, for example, headsets on. This is something what you can support you a little bit to move around and not be linked completely to the laptop. You just can wear your headset at the end, for example, go back and forth like during the call, and for example like take exercise bicycle, and just during the call at least make some kind of cardio exercise. But at the end still movement is probably one of the key aspects which is sometimes very hard to follow when you're like just in software engineering. Then another thing is career. So career path is not that much straightforward as it might look like from the beginning. First of all of us learn in different speed on one side. On the other side, sometimes things are bottom up, and you can find out like a bunch of junior developers who have a label of the senior developer, and also might be other way around, which is sometimes just the question how good person managed to sell itself to the company. So sometimes juniors might be able to actually represent themselves much better than seniors who like stay in the company for a long time. And that's sometimes a problem, that like things really bottom up. Like even for me, I was interviewing a bunch of people who were like positioned themselves as seniors, but when you start to ask the questions, going deeper into the technologies and in the skill set, you realize that they just not that good as another person who just didn't manage to sell itself. So that's the key thing. And for example, comparing to other careers or any other, let's say, professions or industries, you might have, for example, straight paths which you need to follow to be able to get promoted or to jump into the next level. But in software engineering, basically it's sometimes pretty much blurry. And this would take time. Like, first of all, for you to understand like what is your way of learning, what fits you much better on the one side. On the other side, it's also learning how to sell yourself in a better way and how to get best out of, let's say, your personality and out of yourself at the end. So that's the key thing to understand. So not always years of experience can show or represent the level of the developer on the one side. There could be 15 years experienced person who's still on the junior level. There also can be juniors who are like very curious and know and very catchy and might become even much better than some of the seniors, and not that much opinionated so on. So it's really sometimes different. It really depends from case to case. What is next? The next one is that software development is it's actually a multidisciplinary field. So it means that on the one side you need to be able to write the code, you need to know the programming language. On the other side, you also need to understand how it's executed, how it works, how to optimize it, for example, how your, PC is working. Because at the end, like, understanding all of the things behind the scene would help you to work more efficiently and to write more efficient programs. On the other side, it's also about the management of the incidents. So for example, you have released your application and then you need to react quickly because there are issues happening and maybe companies losing money, and you need to be able to, like, in the stressful environment, solve things quickly and efficiently as well. Then also it's about the product management. So you need to be able to understand what are the risks, how to manage your projects and things like that. So it's also about kind of like not only hard skills, but also soft skills, also including like communication with the people, working, for example, with software engineers, and maybe also mentor other people, so on. So it's kind of pretty much broad field. And of course, sometimes employers want that you are able to cover at least a bunch of them. Also, if you want to advance in your career, then definitely you need to explore yourself and find out what is your abilities in these directions. So it's not just limited on purely sitting near laptop and just writing the texts. What next? Yes, another tip, yes, you need to take over your responsibility, like responsibility over your learning curve, what you are doing, and like to actually, if you're a person who just waiting for someone tips and someone would guide you and ensure that you are learning, like in school or in university, then yeah, most probably gonna be like few steps behind of the colleagues who just took over this on their shoulders, and they decided to build up their career on their own. So this is something what you need to keep in mind always. Like whatever you do at work, you need to find out the way how to like get or benefit out of it, and let's say improve your skills. So if you repeat the same tasks again and again and again at work, it doesn't help you to actually grow in your, let's say, profession, like building better T-shape in terms of the knowledge. And yeah, it's kind of dead end. It means that in this moment you need to find out either how to solve the same task in a different manner, so to keep exploring the, let's say, possibilities in the programming languages, or you need maybe to find out another actually maybe even employer at the end, if it can provide you, let's say, possibility for learning. So sometimes also like key aspect that asking for permission is might be not that much welcome, and sometimes you just need actually to find out your solutions, the way how to solve the problem, and do it instead of just waiting for someone for approving it and like for someone making decisions instead of you. So also like quite important to be able to identify underperforming and overperforming. On the one side, overperforming is good when you're able, let's say, to solve tasks quickly and like maybe even more than some of your colleagues. Especially it's important when you just start on the new in the new company, so you try to prove that you're good enough. On the other side, constant overperformance would, in most cases, would just lead to you either to burn out faster because you just get tired of it, or you will just, let's say, push way too much that like your colleagues around might just relax more, or you will cause actually more load for your colleagues around who would have to take care, maybe cover your overperformance, because then maybe they need to, let's say, code review more things or ensure that they are covering more bugs or whatever. So this is like the actual thin ice where you need to find out the balance, whereas the underperforming and overperforming. What else? There is no good and bad, yeah? So if you're a person who used to label things like this is a good, this is a bad, this is black, this is white, well, then bad news, it doesn't work like that. In software engineering, in most cases, it's about the let's say, finding the best or the most optimal solution in the current environment, which means that you just need to measure like what is good in terms of the current situation which you have, what the problem which you are solving in this moment of time, and then find out like, or choose between two evils, which one might fit better. This is actually pretty much helpful because like I have met in the past a bunch of people, especially junior developers, who try to push, for example, particular best ever idea which they have found, I don't know, during the conferences or whatever, which might actually not fit completely to the company mindset or to existing problem or to existing amount of human resources, but they assume that this is the best, and sometimes they just get upset way too much when, for example, the team does not accept their solutions. They try to invest even more time to convince the team, and then they get even upset even more afterwards because at the end it's not accepted. There could be sometimes reasons why, for example, the new idea is not accepted. Sometimes it's explained, sometimes maybe it might not be explained that well, but at the end, let's say your task as a developer to find out the risks, measure, maybe announce the risk, like what could happen if we do this or that. On the other side, if it's not accepted by people who just take over the, let's say, responsibility over the product, then, well, let it fail. Sometimes it's actually also good learning for the team that you was right, or it also might be the reasons, or very good reasons, why actually the decisions from them would be more correct, or decisions from the team might be more correct than yours. So just don't take it too personal, let it fail, or let it go, and then you will learn out of it, or your team would learn out of it. So as you see, sometimes things about the understanding what is the actual demand, what is important, and then like what to get the best out of it. Yeah, actually, that's mainly it. I mean, there could be many more things around mentioned, but I think for now that's pretty much like a few things which I could find out quickly out of my mind. So yeah, that's it. Until next time, see ya.